What's going on, y'all? Jesus Lario back at it again. Corpus Christi Originals Podcast. Full circle moment today. Episode 1 guest Javi Luna came back for the bull session on 79 featuring Chingo Bling and Lito. Now he's back again, allegedly as a San Antonio comic now.
That's what's up. 3-peat, baby.
Javi's been the pillar of Corpus community for 14 years, toured with Chingo Bling for a decade, self-produced his special, Not For Everybody, created Tag Your Bit to give comics like me stage time when we had no business being on the stage. Today we're talking about the 10-year Chingo journey, how his craft evolved, life on the road, and what's next after 14 years in the game. Let's go.
All right. Nice intro. Thank you. I'm tired just listening to it. It's like, I did that? Nah, you left some stuff off too, but it's okay. I'm not going to hold it against you.
Hey, thanks to ChatGPT for that.
Yeah, you know what? ChatGPT be helping out a lot of podcasters, man. I was just on one last week. I was like, where'd you pull that stuff from? He goes, oh, ChatGPT. I go, okay. You fact checked it though, right? Some of that sounded like some
Dude,
bullshit.
for real, man. Yeah.
Hey, man.
And I'll prompt her back. I'll be like, "Hey, did you make sure that this thing is right? You need to double check."
Double check it. Double fact check your own thing, man.
Yeah. So episode 1, episode 79. Now this.
I was the first one, huh?
First one, bro.
Okay.
Yeah. Original Gordito.
Yeah. That was was that COVID? Is that when it was?
Yeah, it was.
I remember we did it. We did it remote.
Yeah. It was the end of COVID, I want to say 2023 or something like that.
Okay.
And we did it on StreamYard or some kind of Zoom.
Yeah, okay. I remember
Yeah.
that we weren't like face to face. I remember that much. I had to.
Man, we had
I remember I had to kick my kids out of the living room. Hey, get out of here! I gotta do a podcast.
Stay in that room. No. Don't get out. Yeah.
My kids are trained, man, because I used to do my own podcast from my living room, so they already know that they'll pick their head around the corner. Yeah. Dad, are you recording right now?
Yeah, and that's because we got a comment on that first video. Oh, I stopped listening after 2 seconds because the sound audio was bad. I'm like, whatever, bro. It's number 1.
I mean, they're not wrong, right? Like, are there comments you should ignore on social media? Absolutely, right? But and was there a better way for them to say that? Yeah, but with podcasts, for sure. Like that was always a thing I was guilty of putting out episodes that I shouldn't have, because podcast. Well, now it's video and stuff, right? Yeah. Too, but back in the day, in the early days of podcasting, when I got started, if your audio is not good, what are you doing? Like they have to be able to hear what you're saying. So sometimes you got to take some of that. Like, they are giving you some constructive criticism wrapped up in some hater shit, right? but what he's saying is saying like, hey, the sound's off, and it discouraged me from listening to whatever you had to say. Right. So
it was good. I do definitely agree with that. And it's kind of part of the reason why I came into the studio, to have people face to face, because you never know what type of audio quality they had on their end, if it was a Zoom meeting or whatever, So that is definitely been a game changer coming in here, man. So allegedly San Antonio thing, is this a real story?
No, it's not a story at all, man. It's me. That's for my own entertainment.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's for my own entertainment, because and really what it is it's not even like a recent thing, really, because it happened years ago when I first started like traveling a lot and doing shows elsewhere other than Corpus, because I starting out heavily in Corpus. I was the house MC for a couple comedy clubs as they were coming up. So I would say like the first 4 to 5 years of my comedy career, Corpus was probably about 60% of my comedy experience. As that shifted, I started hearing the rumblings. People would be like, "Hey, so where are you at now?" Like, "Oh, I heard you moved. I heard you moved to LA. I heard you moved to San Antonio." A lot of people were like, "Oh, you're in San Antonio now, right?" Like no, like it was kind of like this thing. Like, Corpus believes that anybody that quote unquote makes it, whatever that means in their eyes, right? It's their own perception. But if they see you're doing a certain level of thing, they almost trick their own mind into thinking like, oh, he probably doesn't even live here anymore, right? So it kind of became this thing, and I was like, no, dude, I'm still here. Like I just travel. Like I have to go to Houston to catch a
Wow.
flight. Like that was the shitty part about starting to travel and being on the road is it's so expensive to fly out of Corpus, and you're not making great money to start off with. So you're like, oh shit, where can I can get a cheaper flight if I drive 3 hours to Houston, or if I drive 2.5 hours to San Antonio. And so, and then this past year, it just so worked out. 2025, I didn't headline a single show in Corpus.
Wow.
And that wasn't by design necessarily. It just normally the year starts off heavy on the road, and I normally don't get around to producing a show locally because it requires my attention, right? I gotta pound the pavement and get the word out and call people up and remind people like, hey, you haven't seen me in a year or whatever. And then by that point, Mesquite Street, which has been my home club for years, well over a decade now, they're going through a transition period where they closed down their Southside location. They didn't have a big. Was doing their big venue by that point.
Yeah.
I wasn't filling it up, but I was doing decent enough numbers there where everyone was making their money.
Wow.
And now they're back to the small room where I started out with them. But the capacity's kind of low, 60 seats, which is great. But at one point we used to be able to get 100 people up there.
Yeah. Wow.
And I used to sell that out, twice over. So now it's like kind of like, okay, there's a gray area. Where am I? Do I want to wait? Do I want to go do that small room again? Do I want to go try to do something in Aurora? So it was just me kind of really not wanting to commit to anything right away. I was just kind of waiting to see how everything smoothed out, and I ended up not doing a whole show here in 2025. I did a lot of shows in San Antonio though.
Crazy, bro.
And so I started to hear it again. Like started hearing it again maybe about June or July. Someone was like, so are you like in San Antonio now? And even the San Antonio comics, like I would go, like they started seeing me more often, like, cause there's a lot of new clubs and shows and things. The big club in San Antonio, the A Room in San Antonio, LOL Comedy Club, gave me my first headlining show.
Wow.
This past year, and so it was kind of a joke of like, oh, just it's for my own entertainment. Like, oh, am I here or am I there? I don't know.
Funny, bro.
And what does it matter? Does it matter where I get my mail at? No. Dude. It is what it is, and the fact of the part that I'm not an active member of the comedy scene there here in Corpus,
Right.
which is say like I don't go out to open mics, I don't do all the things you say, so I don't, while Corpus is my home, my heart belongs there. I don't lay claim to anything that's happening right now,
Right.
with Corpus comedy because
So
they're doing that all on their own.
Yeah, it's definitely. It seems like it's definitely different nowadays as opposed to when you were really. It, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, I put a post on our Facebook page. What's something that impresses somebody from Corpus? And then I put wrong answers only.
Oh yeah.
And this one lady on TikTok, she's like, "It impresses me when people move out of town and they'll come back."
Yeah. No, that's exactly that's what helped me. People thought that I left.
Yeah.
People thought that I left, and then they want you. And one of the first tours that I was on, because Chingo Bling was not my first national tour.
Oh, wow.
Like a lot of people think like, oh, you got your start with Chingo Bling. I was already on a national tour 2 years before I ever met Chingo Bling.
Wow.
In fact, Chingo Bling thought he was stealing me away from another tour. I wasn't exclusive to that tour. I was like, no, I can go with whoever I want. No one owns me.
I got the golden gem
I was like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. I say who, I say when, but yeah, I was already on a tour called the Latin Comedy Jam.
Okay.
They found me here in Corpus.
They found you. Wow.
They found us. They found the Vatos Locos. The Vatos Locos of comedy.
Yes.
myself, Jacob Rodriguez, and David Cifuentes at the time. Rest in peace. And they found us. We had an active little presence on social media. We had sold out some shows here in Corpus. So when they came through town,
Wow.
they looked up Corpus Christi Comedy. We were the first ones to pop up.
Oh,
they hit up my boy Jacob. They said, hey, whoop-de-woo, we're coming through town. We're doing the Selena Auditorium. Send us a send it. We want to see you guys.
Send us your best.
Send us your clips.
Oh.
Send us your clips. We sent the clips in. They hit me up. They said, hey, we really liked your video. You want to come host this show? Went to, did the show with them at Selena. That time, Jerry Garcia, Roberto Rodriguez, Devin Garcia, who had just done Stand Up Revolution with Fluffy. I don't remember who the big headliner was at that time. Might have been Johnny Sanchez or someone like that. And did my thing, had a really good set. And the promoter was like, hey, do you want in? Like, I take these guys all over the country. Do you want in? We ended up becoming really good friends. I was on that tour for 2 years. He was trying to convince me to move out to Phoenix.
Wow.
But he came from the rap world too. For some reason, I keep falling in with these rappers. And he was the one that told me, he goes, he was from Phoenix. And he goes, we didn't get big in Phoenix until we stopped performing in Phoenix. He goes, we stop. He goes, one thing comedians do wrong for themselves at home. Like, unless you're going to get famous, right? Then it doesn't matter. But he goes, if you're there every week, right? And this isn't saying like the people starting out, because you need that stage time. But he was talking to me as someone who was, hey, you already have an act. You don't. He goes, if you're there every week, if you're on a flyer every week, there's somewhere I can see you for $10, $5, whatever. What is people's motivation to go see you when the ticket is $25, $30? There's no motivation. You're too accessible, right? That you haven't. It's just simple economics, right? Supply and demand. Your supply is too high, so the demand's low, right? So so she's not wrong, and it's not necessarily a negative thing, right? What she's saying is, I like it when people move, go on, but yet they still remember to come back, right? Because then when they come back, well, I can't see them all the time. So it increases that value for me. I'm gonna buy the ticket because I don't know the next time they're gonna see. So I did adopt that after several years of being on the road. After watching my ticket sales, yo-yo. Sometimes it's great, sometimes it's not. Yeah. What's going on? Is it me? Is it economy? Is it just, does it depend what time of year I do it? And it really just almost kind of creating this buzz of like, hey, let's go now, because if we don't see him now, it's probably might be another year before we see him, or it might be 6 months, or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's almost like you could do that. You can do that with the San Antonio crowd once you're there all the time.
Yeah, San Antonio also, right? It's just but San Antonio, you're talking about 1.3, 1.5 million people. So there's it's a bigger pond to play in. Wow, so to oversaturate yourself. Yeah. And yeah, you have to do it somewhere, right? You have and we had that argument too with that guy. It's like comedy's different because it requires you building material, trying out new stuff. So you have to almost oversaturate yourself.
Wow.
Somewhere, right? Just to get the stage time and the reps. What helped me out is I feel like there is a diminishing return to that once you get past. I don't know. I couldn't give you a year where it happened, but it might have been COVID, honestly, which would have been year 10 for me. I had never gone more than, I think the longest I had been off stage in 10 years was like a week and a half. And that's including my dad's death, the death of my best friend. I was on stage the very next day. Wow. My divorce, I was on stage that night. You know what I'm saying? Like no tragedy kept me from getting on stage. COVID was the first time I was for a surgery. You know what I'm saying? I was on tour with a wound vac. I had to have a bag. I would wear
The bag
over. I'd wear the shirt over the bag, and I had the fucking machine just sucking.
You will it out with you. That'd be
Sucking
funny.
fluid from this. My stomach was gutted open. I had a hernia repair,
Oh.
and I was on the road with that. So nothing. When I say nothing kept me off the stage,
Damn.
I mean nothing kept me off
Holy
the
smokes.
stage. I got on stage with a boot on my foot.
Damn.
I got in a car crash over here on Crosstown on the way to a show, and I got on stage with it. I had a cam boot on my foot. It's just, nothing kept me off stage. But COVID hit like a brick wall, and now it wasn't my choice to stay off stage. They said, "Stay your ass home.
Stay home.
You're not getting on stage." And I think part of what was I always had this belief like, "Oh no, I gotta keep grinding. I gotta keep working." And then when COVID forced me to stay home, and then it opened back up, and I came back even stronger. Like my material was hitting probably harder than it ever did.
Bro.
It shook that fear from me. Like, okay, have I hit a point where maybe I don't need to be as heavy open micing as I was?
Wow.
Can I then take that energy that I was putting into let me hit every single mic, no matter what.
Right.
Stage time is stage time. If I take that same energy and I put it into writing or developing content or writing for other comics, or maybe I'm going to try filmmaking, or maybe I'm going to do something else, or maybe I'm going to take that time and give it back to my family, because I've already taken so much from them being on the road 3 or 4 days a week. I had to pivot during that time, that was the kind of the tipping point for me.
So crazy, man. Let's say hi to some people in the chat.
Say hi.
Francesca on YouTube. Thanks a lot, Mama. Mesquite Street Pizza and
Mesquite Street,
Hey,
yes.
what's up?
Heartbroken, still joking, baby.
Nice.
They were there. They saw it all.
Oh, that's what's up.
They
dude.
saw it all,
That's
man.
cool, man. You got a relationship with them, dude, and
That's home, man.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
And that's it's not where I started, right? Because I started maybe a handful of years before that, but it's where a lot of people saw me for the first time. I spent like 3 years there, helping run the room, which means like, who's gonna feature we got so and so coming in. Who's gonna feature? They need a ride from the airport. Go get them. And then hosting, taking tickets, making sure the stage is set up, and so it's a lot of people in Corpus. That was the first place they saw me, and they've continued. In their eyes, they saw me grow. Like even you mentioned that steakhouse I did on a Thursday night. There's people there. They're like, "Oh, we've been seeing you for 10 years.
Yeah.
We've seen you since the beginning." That's not even the beginning, but that's to them. They saw me evolve from hosting a show, to featuring a show, to now you headline your own show.
Yeah.
They saw it. They're invested. They believe in it. Because they saw the evolution. I had one lady, she came out on Thursday and she's like, "This is the most I ever spent to come see you." She goes, "I spent $180 on tickets, and I don't care though. Like I paid to go see you when you did the brouhaha at the Selena Auditorium, and this show and that show, and I don't care. I'll pawn whatever I got to pawn.
Yeah.
To go and and then some people, some people are just new to it, right? Like one dude's like, "Oh, I saw you for the first time with Ken Flores. That was maybe like 2 years ago before he passed away." Wow. At Mesquite Street.
Yeah.
So like I said, a lot of people, the first time I saw you was with Pauly Shore. Or the first time I saw you was with Felipe Esparza or whatever.
Wow.
Whatever it was, these big shows that Mesquite would bring in, and they would allow me, the working relationship I had with them, they would allow me to host, or sometimes if they needed a feature, I would feature, and foster a lot of relationships, that way.
Yeah,
So,
for sure.
So yeah, it's definitely home. Definitely a solid relationship that they've been good to me.
That's
and I like to think I've been good to them.
Yeah, bro,
Back.
dude. Man, that sounds like grind for sure, man.
Yeah.
Like grinding at the bottom, like just getting it. And what you're talking about too, it reminds me. I made another post about Corpus. If we're all hype, or do we support local businesses that have been around for years? It seems like it might be both because and I'm wondering if that happens in your world, in the comedy world as well. Like, because what you're saying is they've been with you. That's legacy right there.
Right.
But then there's also comics that come in that are hype. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And people go and see them. You know what I mean?
Sure.
What's your take on that?
Like, does corporates buy into hype more than
Yeah.
than artistry? Definitely. I mean, I've just in working the clubs and actually seeing what corporates puts their money on, right? Which is really what, as an artist, you need to be aware of, right?
Right.
You're asking, like I said, that lady, she was joking,
Right.
right? But she spent $180 to go see me, right? That comes with a certain responsibility, right? You're asking people to spend money, their hard-earned money. That's however many hours of work they had to do, a babysitter or whatever.
Yeah.
So, does corporates buying high? They spend their money on whatever excites them, right? It's not so much that there's hype. If they're buying tickets to Mr. TikTok and not you, you can get mad about it. And corporate just likes the hype.
Right.
Ask yourself, what did Mr. TikTok give them that I wasn't giving them, right? What did they thought, like, hey, well, this guy makes me laugh on TikTok, right? I laugh at all this guy reels or whatever it is. I'm just not picking on TikTok, but whatever it is, they saw him, the hype factor, right? They know they had an expectation. I don't know you, right? Mr. Guy on a flyer. I don't know you.
Yeah.
I don't care. You took a funny picture. I don't care how good your flyer looks. At the end of the day, I don't know you. I don't know that I'm going to have a good time when I go to your show. And Mr. TikTok, I don't know for sure either, but I have a better idea because I at least know a little bit about them.
Right.
So if you're an unknown artist, the best thing you could do is have some online presence, even if you're not having any views, right? Because one thing that's benefited me, Bastrop Comedy Club, one of my best markets, small town outside of Austin.
Wow.
Right? I sell that room out. They just had me out to do their 4-year anniversary for their club.
Wow.
Why? The first time I went, the promoter did his work as a promoter, actually did a job. He took my video clips, he sent them out in the email blast. People were able to see, this is the guy that's coming in, this is the jokes he does. One of the first times I went out there, the lady still comes out to the show. She said, I didn't know who you were. I put your name in Google. This came up. I laughed at that video. I laughed at that video. I laughed at the next video. I bought the tickets.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people will spend money on what they know. And that's what Corpus does. They know celebrity. I've never heard of this guy. Therefore, I'm not going to spend my money on it.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Corpus, I saw it with watching Mesquite. What will they do? They will buy tickets for somebody that was on a TV show in the 90s.
Wow.
Or did a movie in 2001
Yeah.
over somebody that's on their way up. Right? Because it's limited resources, man. They will support what they know. It's hard to support the unknown. It's unfair for us to expect that from everybody.
Wow.
Right? We would love to do it. Hey, I'm just gonna go. If you have the time and you have the resources to do it, great. You should support unknown artists as much as possible.
Right.
Right? But but it's part of paying dues, man. You're gonna spend your time in the muck and the mud. Trying to hope and convince people. Like I said, like these people that, hey, they didn't come out to see me because they saw my name, right? Because when they saw me for the first time, they bought a ticket to see Pauly Shore, or they bought a ticket to see somebody else, and they got me on top of that.
Wow.
Now they know me. That's why they bought the ticket, because now hey, I know what he does. I know I like his shows. I know it's always a good time. I know it's new material. I know it's
Yeah, I'm thinking about local businesses, like say food businesses that have been around Corpus for years. People already know what to expect. They know that they go there because they know it, like you're saying. And if you're just a new a new business spot, you got to stay there long enough to keep building what you're building to get to that point, and then
Sure.
eventually they're gonna keep coming.
Yeah.
Something like that, right?
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Yeah. I mean, I'm no restaurateur.
Yeah.
So I'm really speaking out of turn here, but if I had to try to draw some parallels, it's that, right? It's that. It's Friday night. I got X amount of dollars to take me and the wife or me and the family out for dinner.
Yeah.
Do we want to go try the new spot we don't know we like? We might like it. I don't know. The pictures look good. Whatever.
Yeah.
People say it's good.
Yeah.
Or do we just want to, let's go to Chili's, man.
Yeah.
Is Chili's great? No. But we know what it tastes like. We all know what we're going to order there. Like, some people are going to play it safe.
Yep.
Because that's all they can afford. Hey, man, this is the one night a month I get to take the family out to eat.
Interesting. Yes. It's like you're holding on to your dollars. Like, where am I gonna put this at?
Yeah. Where am I going to put my money
Put
at,
it
man?
Yeah. Real talk, man. That's awesome. I want to talk about real quick. Premier Hearing Solutions of South Texas. They are our sponsors. If you have trouble hearing, you're missing out. Conversations with family, your music, your favorite music, moments that matter. Premier Hearing Solutions is located right here in Corpus on Bear Lane. You can check them out. They do in-office appointments, mobile support. So if you can't go to them, they come to you free. They work with most major insurance, and they'll work with your budget. Call them at 361-271-3575. Premier Hearing Solutions of South Texas. Also, February 6th, during Art Walk, Corpus Christi Originals presents comedy night showcase format with Javi himself, Lito, and Tina La Cochina, all three veterans in the comedy community here, each doing their set, doing their thing. February 6th, tickets at Corpus Christi, ccoriginalspodcast.com/comedy. Get your tickets there. Back to it, Javi.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. That's
Change
awesome.
it up. Costume change, man. I dropped my hat fell off. I didn't want to fuck up the camera views,
Do you
though.
stop doing the bandana?
No.
You still do it?
I still rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not a costume, brother.
Oh, right,
like
right.
people are always like, oh, what happened to the bandana? It's like I didn't wear it today. Sometimes I don't wear the glasses. Just like I wear what I want to wear when I want to wear it, man. Like,
Yeah, that's cool, man.
But no, sure, I still rock the bandana from time to time.
Right.
Like I said, it just depends what sometimes like the bandana doesn't go with everything I wear. It's like I'm not gonna. That looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
With that shirt. Whatever.
Yeah. Do you feel that affects your stage presence? Like, cause you're wearing glasses. Do you wear glasses?
Yeah, I know. These are prescriptions.
Oh, yeah.
These are prescription. Yeah, no, this
Hey,
is
the yellow too?
Yeah.
Nice.
No, these are prescription. Tinted on purpose. I've talked about it on a few podcasts. Tinted on purpose. I probably about 5 or 6 years ago, I started experiencing like a lot of watering in my eyes on stage, and like where it wouldn't stop. Like I spent like maybe like 5 minutes on stage at Mesquite one time, like doing my set and like having to like wipe my eyes, like it's just insane watering my and so I knew I wanted like some tint, but comedy is very dependent on your facial people being able to see your eyes, whatever. So I was like, when I went to go get new glasses, I was they always asking, they're like, oh, do you want sunglasses? And I was like, no, I don't want sunglasses. I go, but let me ask you a question. I go, what like, can I get sunglasses that aren't dark? Like, she goes, what do you mean? I go, like they're light. Like, can you still see my eyes? Like, just that offer a little bit. She goes, yeah, you can get like different percentage on them. I didn't know that. I just thought sunglasses were sunglasses. Like, she was like, no, you can get like 30%, 20%. Like, I think 20% was the least they do. I go, okay. And I kind of broke it down for her. I go, I get on stage. I'm a comedian. I want people to be able to, I still want you to be able to see my eyes.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I would probably like this green or like this yellow.
Oh, cool.
And I dug the yellow and I was like, okay, well, I'll try it out. And if I don't like it, well, it doesn't matter. I bought 2 pairs of glasses,
That's
basically.
cool, man.
Basically. And I dug it, and I think I was already wearing the bandana at that point. So the bandana, I'll tell the bandana story because you're the second podcast in like 2 weeks to like ask me about the bandana. So I wear the bandana. The bandana was, when I started growing my hair out, I started wearing the bandana, kind of just keep my hair back and keep
All right.
sweat out of my eyes and
Yo, dope.
that kind of thing. And we were in San Antonio. We do a lot of shows in San Antonio. Like it's our biggest weekend of the year on the Chingo Bling tour.
Mm.
We very frequently have had to add shows
Oh,
to that
wow.
weekend. Like so, it's anywhere from 6, 7, 8 shows. I think it's the most we've ever done there. And we're in the green room. I got the bandana on.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting ready because I'm coming from the hotel, whatever. I got the bandana on. I'm fixing to take it off, and Chingo was the one that he goes, "Hey, why don't you just like leave the bandana on?" I was like, "No, I'm not gonna go on stage wearing a bandana. That looks like hacky or
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you know whatever."
Oh, wow.
He goes, "No, just wear it. It looks good, whatever." I was like, "All right, you know,
Oh,
whatever,
shoot.
whatever." And then people kind of responded to it, and then it's always there was always this when I started comedy, they were like, "Oh, you do have to have a thing."
Yeah.
Gabriel wore the Hawaiian shirts, and so and I never found that thing.
Wow.
In I tried different things.
Did you really?
Yeah. I coming up. I used to wear the Dickie shirts, like the Dickie work shirts.
Yeah.
I had those in like a bunch of different colors.
Wow.
And I would wear those. I wore those for a long time. I had a Lito. My homie, rest in peace, Renee Ordiales. When the Straight Outta Compton movie came out,
Yeah.
he did the Straight Outta Corpus shirts.
Oh, yeah.
And I had bought one just for myself, just because I liked the shirt. Ended up posting it. He ended up selling a whole bunch
Oh,
that year. And then he called me up and he goes, "Hey man, like, thanks for like promoting the shirts. I have, when you get a chance, stop by. I have something for you."
wow.
And I rolled up and he had the shirt in like 5 different colors.
Wow.
For me. He had like red, blue,
Oh, damn.
black, gray one. And so that became my stage uniform for a
Bro.
long time, like
Wow.
on the road. Like I was, like I said, I was already nationally touring by then. So I would go on stage wearing a Straight Outta Corpus shirt.
Nice.
And people kind of like, "Oh, it's straight Outta Corpus,
Yeah,
whatever." Like, cool shirt. Still never like
Didn't catch.
But for some reason, the glasses, the bandana, kind of, I don't know. It kind of helped. Like people like, "Oh, okay, that's what that guy looks like."
Yeah.
Right. And it even became a shirt. I have a shirt that
Yes,
it's
yeah,
not
I
even
seen
my
it.
face. It's just my hair,
Like
my
a silhouette
beard,
with the-
silhouette
yeah.
with the glasses and the bandana, and people love that shirt.
Yeah,
You know?
it's a cool
I tell them, I go, "Hey, a lot of people tell them it's Willie Nelson, like whatever."
Oh, I'm thinking like Duck Dynasty. I don't
Duck
know.
Dynasty,
Yeah,
Duck Dynasty. That's like
What's
you
up,
can
Lito on Facebook? Miguel, what's going on? Tuning in from the West Side.
West Side out there from Los Encinos, man.
The GOAT, the GOAT.
Oh, thank you. I don't know about that, but
Yeah. Well, so what? Oh, you sorry? Were you saying something?
no, go ahead.
Craft Evolution. So episode 1, you were talking about USA Today, riding 30 minutes daily riding over at
Okay.
Hi Ho Restaurant, right? Was it something like that?
At my Theo's place. No,
There you go,
hi
there you
ho.
go.
Yeah.
And then now you're like, I was listening to, shout out to That Dude Talks podcast. Dude Talks podcast. Chris Longoria. He said, "I like not knowing what I'm about to say." So like, you like not knowing what you're about to say. Is that what you said on there? As opposed to writing 30 minutes a day or whatever. So what happened from there to there from that time?
So
Clark in the movie.
I said what now? I said,
Like-
I was reading USA Today and like
So
writing 30 minutes off of the whatever you read in the newspaper.
Okay, so your craft. So when you
Okay.
first started, you were writing 30 minutes a
Oh,
day.
right,
To
yeah.
now, you're just kind of like,
Oh, okay.
I guess the evolution from then to now.
Right. So I think the last time we talked about the writing is, I was telling you that my comedy writing had taken up a much more organic writing style, and that's still the case for myself, right? So when I first started, it's all about learning to write a joke and finding your voice, right? And so the first thing you need to do is you need to learn joke structure, and the best thing I could still to this day recommend to starting out comics is you got to spend time, learn how to write about different things, right? You should know, yes, write your story, but you also should know how to write a joke about just something you heard on the news, something you saw in a magazine, something that happened at work. Like
Right.
write it, even if it's not going to become part of your set. It's still practice in comedy writing. Now, once you find your voice, like I said, 10 years in, COVID happened. I go through this part where I'm not afraid to not be on stage all the time. I don't need it for developing material. When I write a joke now, one, it's not pen to paper, hardly ever for myself.
Crazy, bro.
It's more just a thought. Okay, if maybe I'll jot it down on my phone, like, hey, you want joke about this? If I might peruse it before I go on stage, for a show. But really, it's just kind of in the moment. Whenever I go on stage, I'll think of 2 or 3 things on the way. If I'm on the road, I'm like, oh, I'm doing Austin. What can I say about Austin today? I'm kind of like thinking, okay, cool. And that's the first 5 minutes I'm on stage.
Oh,
it's
wow.
whatever I thought of on the way to the car. If it works, great. Now now I remember that joke, and it's part of my set now.
Okay.
It's in my tool bag now, right? I can,
Wow.
and from there, that's how, one, the show's always fresh, because even if you saw me last week, the first 5 minutes were completely different.
Wow.
Right? And if I'm doing that for every single show or every single market that I'm going to, right, every single week, then there's a good chance that I get a good bit out of that I can incorporate into my set.
Okay.
They kind of,
So you work on that one particular joke, the different times that you show up on stage. Is that what you're
Right,
saying?
yeah.
So that's interesting to me. And so, is it memorization? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or is it just key points and then
yeah.
rock it with your voice through those key points?
It's definitely a lot of muscle memory. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to tell you that I've never forgotten a joke, because
Right.
that's not true. But for some reason, once I tell a joke, it's in there. I don't never completely forgot the joke.
Okay.
It might take me a little bit to get back to it, but it's always there.
Wow.
It's always once I tell it, it's always there. Like I can maybe I'm not a musician like you are by any measure, but I can kind of liken it to you learn a song, you haven't played in forever, right?
Right.
But if someone starts playing it, hum a few bars.
Yeah. You
And
some of it. Yeah.
okay, and before you know it, now you're playing the
Yes, you're playing it
now
again,
you're playing
yeah.
the song again, right?
You're
Like,
kind of
it's
jolting that memory to,
Right.
to try to remember it.
right,
Yeah, that
kind
makes
of like
sense.
that. It's always there. In fact, when I did my last big show at the Big Room at Mesquite, it was kind of probably one of the biggest shows I had done here, headlining myself. And it was a big moment for me. A lot of people in the room. I knew a lot of people were coming out that hadn't seen me in a while.
Yeah.
I made it a point to where at one point in the show, I kind of like pause and stop the show and say, hey, like, I've been doing this for over a decade now.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, 2011 is when I started. Like, just out of curiosity, who thinks in this room they've been seeing me the longest?
Wow.
Right? And have people, I saw you with so and so and what? Okay, that was probably like 2014. Anyone can anyone be 2014? I think we got to someone that had seen me like for the first time in 2012.
Yeah.
I go, okay, guy that saw me in 2012. The first time you saw me, what was your favorite joke
Wow.
that you heard me say? And he said something about your cousin dating black guys. And I'm like, oh, okay. Like, so I had to go back to like, I know.
Wow.
He goes, yeah, you're about your cousin dating black guys, and they come to the barbecue. It's like, okay, I know what joke you're talking about. I was like, I don't do this joke anymore. I kind of grown out of it, but let me,
Crazy.
kind of go, set it up, and went back into it.
Wow, man,
Kind of
that's
thing.
awesome, man.
So like I said, it's always in there.
Yeah.
I don't do the joke anymore, but
How long did it take for you to find your voice, like your Okay, so what is voice? Your voice is only specifically you because it's you, right? Is that what you would say it is?
Yeah.
And then how did you like how long did it take for you to develop that? You know what I'm saying? How'd you
Mhm.
get there?
A voice. Again, I'm gonna keep drawing the parallels with music. You know, I enjoy music. I'm not a musician, but it's like, um, I don't want to say it's like an intangible, right? Because you can, in music you might call it, like, for a guitar player, you might say their tone,
Okay.
right?
Yes.
You know, you put on a BB King record, and you hear that,
You know it's King.
yeah, he could play one note,
Yeah.
and you know it's BB King,
Yes.
right? You know, whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm thinking of Dimebag Darrell.
yeah,
the dude from
dying back
Pantera.
down. You know, you hear it.
You know it's him.
Yeah, you know it's him. If you hear someone trying to emulate them, you know who they're trying to
Right.
who they're trying to emulate. But like, if you say that, like, what makes a good guitar player, right? Their tone, their phrasings, right?
Yeah.
In comedy, we call it cadence,
Mm.
right? A comic's cadence. You know, Felipe Esparza has one of probably second to Mitch Hedberg,
Wow.
right? Mitch Hedberg, if you do a Mitch Hedberg joke, everybody knows.
Wow.
You know, you can even do it in the style of. There's a guy on that's blowing up, a little controversial, off the Kill Tony
Okay.
show. There was like, oh, he's emulating Mitch Hedberg.
Mm-hmm.
He's not doing his jokes, but he's his essence,
Right.
his voice is very reminiscent of,
Okay.
and it's so iconic,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then, but there is an intangible to it, because it's also, you can tell when a comic's doing a joke that's not true to their voice.
Mm.
At least I can. And I think everyone else can too.
Right.
Right? When you hear a joke, it's like, it's a funny joke, right? It's not a funny joke, but it's not on brand for them.
Mhm.
Like, that's not a joke I would expect to hear from so and so. It's like, now I kind of tell my voice is, I tell these stories about my family, about myself. There's a lot of wordplay. There's sarcasm, whatever, some light roasting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I do things with my hand.
Yeah.
I'll do movements and act outs and whatever. If you came to see my show, you came to see me at the Corpus Christi Originals thing, and you say, I'm gonna go see Javi Luna, and all of a sudden, I don't take the mic off the stand.
Mm-hmm.
The stand's just there.
Mm-hmm.
The mic's there, and just. So I went to the grocery store yesterday, and blah 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 blah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's funny, Javi, but that's not Javi.
That's not you.
That's not Javi. Javi's not a one-liner
Wow.
comic. That's not his voice. That's not his style.
Right.
Right. It's like, here, it's, and that's not to say that I can't do those jokes. I can
Right.
write one-liners. When I first started out, I used to write a lot of one-liner style jokes. I got some advice from a comic that advised me to consider going a different route, and it probably, was a big part of my success. In for me, that's what worked for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's what your voice is, finding what works for you.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? He told me, and I have no problem saying his name, not like, because it wasn't a bad thing. But Steve Trevino, he gave me a lot of advice the first handful of years that I was doing comedy, and I had done a show with him, and I was still doing very much one-liner style, quick one-off jokes, not very personal. And he told me, he goes, you gotta make people remember you. They gotta feel like they know you, and your jokes right now, they're just jokes. Anybody could get up there and say that joke, and it would get a laugh. What does your material say about you? Billy Crystal, in his book Still Fooling Them, he talks about getting told something very similarly by his manager. He told him, "Oh, great act, funny, you're not leaving a tip. You're not leaving a tip, and that was the way his manager put it. And same thing, you're not giving them a piece of yourself up there.
Wow.
Because that's what connects people. That's what people have. They want to believe in something. They want to feel connected to you.
Yeah.
You know. So if they can leave after that hour, 30 minutes, even if you're on stage for 10 minutes, you know, do they feel connected to you? They feel like they know something about you. You weren't just a guy that got up there and read some jokes off of a notepad.
Oh, wow.
You know,
Like music, where the singer might share something about himself, kind of in the same vein right there.
right? So someone that plays music versus someone that performs, right? You know,
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
subtle differences.
Yeah, for sure. So you definitely got to share stuff about yourself. How close?
Well, you know, I don't know. I don't know that it's necessarily like, does it have to be about yourself or does it have to be true to who you are? Like I said, if I was to get up there and try to like be overly urban, that's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of younger comics fall into the trap of trying to write what they think the audience will find funny. Write what you think is funny and find a way to communicate that to the audience. Will serve you a lot better.
Wow.
Than playing the game of what are people going to laugh at?
Okay.
You know.
So do you think it's in part because the audience knows people and they've seen the type of person that you might be, and whenever you say it out loud, they're like, okay, I can relate because I've related to somebody that's like that?
Yeah, I mean, familiarity is a part, but also you can play with it too, right? Because people see what they see. They're gonna make their judgments just off of the way you look.
The way you get, as soon as you get there.
Just before you even say a word, they've already made up some mind. So you can play the game of, okay, let me take them down the rabbit hole.
Right.
Of, let me give you a little bit of what you thought it was, and now let me show you what it actually is. Right. And by the end, you've taken them on this ride of like, you know, when he got up there, I thought he was gonna say this. And he did, but then he said this also, and now I realize it was what I thought, but it was also this, and now I'm intrigued because I got it right, but I got it wrong at the same time, and I don't know what the fuck is going on. Richard Townsend, Meteor Man.
Okay.
He, if you YouTube him, I'm sure it still comes up, and I don't remember what it was. It wasn't on the Apollo. I think it was at a night on the Improv. If you look up Richard Townsend Night at the Improv, I think he did this great bit. You know, black guy. He gets on stage and I don't remember who he was wearing, but he does the whole first like 2 minutes of his set in a British accent.
Oh, wow.
And like doesn't let up from the bit.
Damn.
Like he's doing the whole first 2 minutes, and then he finally breaks. It's like, man, can you imagine if I was up here talking like that the whole time? You know, kind of like that, like playing. You know, you. So is it always just like, I have to be completely by the book, exactly who I am? No, you can play mind games with the crowd, right, and play with their sensibilities.
Crazy.
But at the end of the day, you can't fake it, right? Let me put it this way: Latino comics talking to you, the worst at it that I've ever seen. Maybe it's because it's close to home.
Wow.
If you listen, George Lopez is George Lopez because he's George Lopez. The stuff he talks about, his not being raised by his parents, his stuff with his grandma, his aunt. Yeah. That was him. He lived that life. Don't get on stage and talk about the chancla if you didn't live that experience.
Nah.
because you think that's what Latinos want to hear. Because they will sniff you out. They know. They know. Hey, you're not about. You're not about the same thing. Like trying to act gangster if you're not gangster. Real recognize real. I know you're not about that life, right? Same thing. Like, oh, let me go. If you don't speak Spanish, why are you gonna get on stage and act like you speak Spanish? Let me drop some Spanish in my set so that they so I can get the Latinos on my side because they will sniff you out. I'm not a heavy Spanish speaker. I can get by, right? But I don't speak Spanish on my daily life, right? I made that mistake in El Paso.
Wow.
One time, I said something, a line in Spanish, and I messed it up. Whatever. The crowd called me out on it. They're like, "What?" Like, don't put yourself in that situation. Be true to you. Hey, man, if you don't speak the language, don't try to. You know what I'm saying? If you're what's his name? If you're fucking Papa Doc, from 8 Mile, your parents' marriage have a real good marriage. You went to a private school. Be that. Be that. It's okay, man.
Wow, that's so crazy, bro. Yeah, I was listening to a book. I don't remember the guy's name. It's a comedy book.
Robert Townsend. Thank you for the correction.
Yeah,
Robert.
Bobby Pena commented Robert Townsend is the man. But it was talking about how like Richard Pryor was using his pain.
Absolutely.
Right. So do you do that? And like how close do you get to that pain? Or is something too painful to where you're like, nah, maybe I'm not gonna talk about that? Or like,
no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the border? Like what's
the... So Mesquite Street commented a little earlier. They said heartbroken, still joking. That was one of my that's one of my eras for my Javi Luna eras tour.
Okay. Heartbroken.
So when I talked about earlier, when my ex-wife let me know it was over, put me in a very deep, dark place.
Yeah.
That night, I had packed up all my stuff. I had my shit in the back of my car. John Roman, who was running the shows at Mesquite at that time. I think it was still Chuckles Comedy Club back then, actually, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, they had Chris Kattan in town that night. Chris Kattan was a newer to the stand-up world. He didn't have a lot of time. They needed to fill some time.
Wow.
They said, hey, John goes, hey, I saw you're going through some shit right now, but I could really use somebody to fill some time on this show. Do you want to come out?
Wow.
So I went with all my belongings in the back of my Crown Victoria. Damn. I drove right down the street to Mesquite Street. And I went on stage and I let it all out. And probably to this day, one of my most memorable sets. Left with the standing ovation. I thought I was going to quit comedy that night.
Wow.
And I ended up not. A lot of people talked me out of it. Because I told the crowd that night, this might be my last show because I don't know if I could keep going after this. I just had to get some stuff off my chest. A lot of people... A lot of comics that I look up to and respect called me and said, hey, like, we know you're going through some stuff. Don't throw it all away just yet. Like you're just starting to I was still just starting to travel, a bit. I was maybe about just under a year into traveling. They're like, keep going. Like, do what you got to do for your marriage or whatever, but keep going. I was on the road. John and I had a show with Flo Hernandez up in Dallas at Hyenas Comedy Club. And I remember I was, doing the whole recording thing. I don't know if it was Snapchat or whatever back in the day. Pre-TikTok days.
Vine. Was it Vine?
Yeah, I don't think it was Vine. I never did Vine. But anyway, I was talking to the camera and I was saying the things. We were at a stop like, hey man, just want to let you know I'm on to Dallas doing the show. I know some of y'all were worried about me. Thank you for the messages. I'm out here.
Yeah.
I'm heartbroken, but I'm still joking. And something about that people really resonated with that idea. When I was putting that divorce material on stage people were like, "Oh man, dude, that stuff was raw. Like,
Wow.
like you could feel it. Like you know, man, how long you been going through the divorce? Like, man, this just happened like last week. Like this has happened. What do you mean? Like this is happening real time information coming in. When I got off the stage in you know, Dallas, you know, I had my cousin text me like, "Oh, she went to so and so and said this, that, and the other about you," and you know, my cousins are there. I'm like, I'm off stage. I'm like crying and shit. like it's real. But like I said, people resonated with it. It became merch. You know, people really kind of bought into that. Even when I go and do a show in say like Houston, I was out there maybe about a year or so ago. Had a guy like, "Hey man, glad to see you. Been seeing you for years. You know, are you gonna do any of the heartbroken, still joking stuff?" And I was like, "Nah, man. Like I got married again. Like I'm at a good place." And that comes to being true to yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that guy anymore. As good as that material was, as funny as it was, as raw as it was.
Mm-hmm.
I'm one, whatever animosity I had, whatever feelings I had back then about my ex, about the situation, I don't feel that way anymore. So if I was to get up there and say those jokes now, one, they wouldn't hit as hard because it's not real for me, and because that's not who I am. I'm happy about it now, right? I evolved as a person. The situation ended up being the best thing for me, for her, for our kids. You know what I'm saying? How do you continue to fake being angry about something like that?
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, so you're talking about family and kids and stuff like that. What's your so family balance? From episode 1, your youngest was 3. She's 6 now. What do you say?
7.
7. Ooh, your son's in Portland.
One of them's still in Portland. One of them graduated from high school. He's back. He's with me now. He moved to San Antonio for a little bit, which is another reason why I was going to San Antonio a lot. I had put the word out quietly to a lot of comics. I was like, basically, my son's in San Antonio now. I want to check up on him as often as possible, so you can get me for really cheap. Give me an excuse.
Here's the caveat.
Give me an excuse to pop up and check on his ass, basically. Because every time I was in town or passing through San Antonio, I would say, "Hey, son, let's go grab something to eat. Let me see how you're doing." Nice. You know, that kind of thing. So that's how that was another part to the San Antonio story.
Bro.
Yeah.
Wow. He's 15, you said?
What's that?
So
he's 18.
Oh.
He'll be 19 next month.
Oh my God, bro!
He's 19 next month, but he's now moved back to Corpus, so he's with me full time now.
Wow.
My other boy's still in Portland, going to middle school out there. So
wow, 150 shows a year.
That has dialed back a lot.
Wednesday through Sunday gone.
Yep.
How long did you sustain that?
We did that probably about that. That was probably about for 3 or 4 years. So when you're a feature act for somebody, right, and you're working for them, their schedule becomes your schedule. So you know, I don't talk about anybody else's business other than my own. But for whatever reasons, you know, if they're doing less shows, you're doing less shows. You either fill them in. You either fill them in with your own, you know, or you don't work. So that was kind of when I started to pivot, when I self-produced the comedy special to try to solidify myself I was already getting headlining work, but I was on the road so much with Chingo, I didn't have to get my own calendar. My dates were filled with him because we were, like I said, 150 shows a year. Yeah. It's a lot of work. You don't need, you know what I'm saying? I like Tyrese on Too Fast, Too Pure. Our pockets ain't empty, cuz. You know, like we were living good. You know what I'm saying? Merch sells good. Ticket sales good. Everything was good. You know, so I wasn't trying to do too much of let me go to XYZ town and do the whatever bar show
Wow.
on a Wednesday because shit, I was trying to stay home and rest because I got to fly out
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Wow.
You know, I was doing a on the weeks that I wasn't with Chingo, I was doing a winery and brewery tour. And that guy would send me out for like a week. If I had a week off, I'd go out and do that. So I was always working. Now, you know, with Chingo, I primarily do his Texas shows. And I headline. Like I said, Bass Trap Comedy Club.
Wow.
LOL Comedy Club gave me my first night this week. You know, I think I'm supposed to be going down to the Valley again sometime here or there. Hyenas Comedy Club in Fort Worth. I normally go out there and headline once or twice a year. Midland, Texas, you know, Houston, Victoria, stuff like that. So that's what I fill my calendar up with. But is it a date heavy? No, it's not. It's not. But it's still really still really good. I'm still I've pivoted to a lot more writing. I do a lot more consulting writing for comics. I've built up a nice little stable of comics that will hit me up for either to rewrite some of their material for them or to workshop. I'll hop on a Zoom call and workshop with them, do a writing session.
Amazing,
and these are touring comics that have the resources to pay for that.
You mentioned in that Dude Talks podcast that, like, you know, mine being the second act.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean? Like it's like you found your groove. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's a sweet spot, man.
It's cool, man.
It's the greatest job in comedy, in my opinion. Cool. Now I'm speaking as somebody that hasn't had the true top spot, right? You say, "Oh, that's easy to say," but here's the thing: I've been close enough, right? I've been close enough. I've had a front row seat. I've seen the stress that these headliners have to go through. Yeah. Right. Oh, crazy. even if this market's good, they're on their phone looking at the next market. But man, ticket sales in Oregon are a little light. What do we gotta do? Can we do a skit? Oh, I might have to go out there a day early and do radio. You know. Oh,
gotta do a few podcasts.
Yeah, do a few podcasts. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here like, oh man, that's crazy. Well, I'm gonna go take a nap. Cause ain't nobody coming to see me.
Wow.
Right. And that's the best part, right? Because maybe you're not making their money, but you're not doing a fraction of their work. Yeah. You're literally just getting paid to, you know, do your time on stage. Maybe you're helping them write. If you're not doing that, maybe you're helping with merch, or something like that. Chingo was never the kind of, he's never been like I've helped him out with merch, but he's never been dependent on me to like, oh, you need to work the merch table, but if they get in a bind or whatever,
so crazy.
I'll hop in. And the other good part is people show up to see the show. They didn't even know you were there. So there was no expectation. Like, who's this guy? I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. But hey, he's really funny. We like him now. Let's buy his shirt. Let's take a picture with him. And now you have a fan, and now you have a market that you can come back to. And now you can tell the club, hey, I see you have a small room over there off to the side. I can come back and sell 50 tickets there. Wow, right? And you kind of play that game, and now you have a new market that you didn't have before.
Dang, bro.
It's a sweet spot, dude, to be able to support yourself in an art that you love and not have to deal with fame. That's the fucking best job, dude.
That's so funny, man. And it makes me think of like the guys that are putting on the show. Is it the comics themselves? Do they have an agent? You know what I mean? How different is it in Texas?
Oh, dude,
compared to
you want to talk about agent? Now you're paying the agent and you're paying the manager and you're paying the tour man. To talk about stress, right? Because these guys that are there, they're at the pinnacle of the craft as far as public eye goes, right? But now they're employing people. Like, could you imagine like
Having employee, yeah.
like other people's livelihood depends on me keeping this afloat.
Damn. That's a lot of
If I fuck up, it's not just my money. Like now, now so and so's daughter can't get
Now they're gonna point to
braces,
you, you wanna complain?
and so and so loses their house or their apartment, because I wanted to fuck around and do some
can't feed my
dumb
dog,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, I can't feed my dog. My dog can't get shots now.
He's gotta eat table scraps now.
My dog needs hearing aids from Premier Hearing, and I can't get
Hey,
them.
shout out. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Wow. So what's next for Javi Luna?
I'm gonna keep doing me, man. I don't have no crystal ball. I'm just gonna keep writing jokes.
Cool.
I'm keep putting out content as much as possible. Right now, I'm in talks with the Riot Comedy Club up in San Antonio. It's a beautifully built room. When I say built room, there's a comic that he actually, with his bare hands, built that room. The Riot started in Houston. They just opened up a branch in San Antonio. It's in the basement of a hotel down there. Me and Bobby Pena went and checked it out. Yeah, in the basement of the Alamo, basement of the Riverwalk. Fluffy's already stopped by.
Wow.
It feels like a comedy club in a much larger city, which is part of when they built Mesquite. The New York comics loved Mesquite because to them it felt like what they knew, right? Because you got to go up the stairs.
Right.
It's a small, dark room.
Yeah.
That's where comedy is built. That's where
Yes.
comics feel at home. Give me a small, dark room where everyone's eyes are on me with the lights, one mic. That's all I need. No flat. I don't need a fucking video screen behind me, lights and smoke. Don't need it. Get fire on these bitches. Fucking Kevin Hart. That's for stadiums. But comedy is done in a small dark room, and that's what the Riot is. So I'm in talks with them because the name of the game now is clips, man. Are you putting them out fast enough? And can you get them in a good controlled environment with good sound and good video?
Yo.
So I'm gonna start dropping sets up there. Probably I'm gonna try to get my best to get out there once a month, do a couple spots. They do like 15-20 minute spots, so I can start getting more clips. Special's doing what it's doing, but I got probably 2 hours of material since then that hasn't gotten put out, and I don't know that I'm going to have the resources to do another special anytime soon, right? Because it costs money to self-produce a special.
Damn.
But what I can do is I can get myself a good camera and I can edit my own shit and put it out. I can do that. So that's what I'm going to focus on doing. Right now, I'm still taking my cracks at it, man.
Yeah. How do you feel about because I've heard comics say burn material?
I was Mr. Don't burn your material. Like I was talking about my buddy David Fuentes, rest in peace, dude.
Yeah.
I used to go back and forth with him all the time because the way I found David was I started comedy 4 weeks after him. I Googled comedy in Corpus Christi. Where do I do it?
Wow.
And up pops this dude on YouTube. David Cifuentes' 4th ever open mic in Corpus Christi at House of Rock. I was like, I was just at House of Rock.
I was just there.
I was like, when did this guy? I go, he did this. He was there the day after I was there. Like, what do you think? His 4th ever open mic. I go, dude, why are you putting your open mic sets on YouTube? This is fucking nuts. Like, it's not good. Like, why would you do this to yourself? Right? And he did that. Every single set this dude recorded, and we're talking about back in 2011.
Wow.
Every single set this guy ever did, he recorded. I have a DVD at home that someone gave me one of his sets that he had him record, and it's not mine to do anything with it, but I have it and I watch it every now and then. I was that guy. Don't burn your material, man. The once you start traveling a little bit, you realize not how big the world is, man, and how insignificant your footprint is. Right? When you think about, you're talking about millions, hundreds of millions of people.
Yeah.
Right? Just in this country alone.
Yeah.
And you tell me you went viral because 1 million people saw it. If you have 1 million views, and that isn't even really unique people spread out all over the globe, didn't nobody see your shit? You're talking about a fraction of a percent. You're worried about burning material? Someone saw it? You know what I'm saying? No one saw your shit.
That's funny, bro.
Even if you did sell tickets off of one clip, okay, let's say that, you know, what I realized then, because now, yeah, I wouldn't put out your whole set,
Right.
especially if you're still performing that set, because if you don't have a turnover of material, it's going to be the same thing, right? You shouldn't record anything like a special until you're ready to say, I got more.
Wow.
I got another hour.
Okay.
Already hot.
Yeah.
Warmed up.
Crazy.
Not working on it. It's done. The other hour's done. You know what I'm saying? But 1 minute clips? Well, I hate to break it to you, man. If you're headlining and you sold tickets off of a clip that went viral, and that 1 minute is the best joke you got, then you're already in trouble.
Oh,
right?
damn.
So what you burn? Like, I'm up there for fucking an hour. I don't give a shit if you saw 5 minutes of this, because there's 55 other minutes that should be just as good, if not better,
crazy,
than that 5 minutes that you saw online.
Wow.
So no, I'm not worried about burning material. You probably shouldn't either. But you know, that being said, you know, even you know, I've had people tell me, they're like, you can post the same joke over and over again because the algorithm's not going to show it to the same set of people, right? You know, and I like to think that people that really like you and support you, even if you do post the same bit, hopefully a different recording of it, understand that, hey, they're just trying to get their name out there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I already saw this. Okay, great. Keep, you know, thank you. Keep scrolling. This one, you know.
Wow.
You know, keep them engaged. You know, come to a live show. I guarantee you, I have other stuff. You know. You know. So.
It's like the foot in the door.
Yeah. But basically, I look at content that way. It's just my introduction, man. If you like it, just know, if you see a clip and you like it, just know, I got more.
Yeah.
And I got better.
Awesome, man.
You know.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's awesome. You had a show recent. I don't know how recent it was, but where you were on the stage with the comic.
Oh, it wasn't recent enough. People are asking for it again.
Yeah,
it's probably. I think it might have been a year ago, or maybe even more than a year ago.
So you
that was I called it Tag Your Bit. It was an interruption style show. I didn't invent interruption shows. Those have been around for years, as long as I've been around doing comedy. Doug Benson probably has the most famous one, called the Benson Interruption.
Wow.
But I kind of took a different. I like to think I took a different approach to it. Because the interruption shows that I would always see, and when I would see comics try to do them, it was disruptive. Like, in other words, a comic would be doing a set and they would kind of like try to mess them up, or like talk shit or roast them, or whatever. So like I said, I have a reputation now as a writer, as a bit fixer, whatever you want to call it. You know, Chingo jokes around. You know, he's like, who's the one that coming to tell you to see when the album sales weren't doing too good? you know, because that's how he sees it. You know, and so I was like, well, what if I took that, right? If I have an innate ability to, one, I can find someone's voice very easily. I can write in other people's voices very easily. I was like, so what if I took that interruption concept and I put it on stage where I could in real time, if someone's doing a bit and I have something that would work with that would elevate your joke in some way, and I'm actually up there with a microphone and I spit it right there live, real time. I perform it the way I'll perform it, and now these younger comics now, hey, now you have a bit that you essentially wrote with me
Wow.
live on stage, which is how I actually, now y'all know that's actually how I really write.
Wow, it's amazing.
That's how I write my own material. So now it's not even a, hey, let's go to a coffee shop and sit, right? No, that joke was written exactly the way I would write my own joke. And now you have that. And then it allowed me to do a show in Corpus that wasn't me headlining, not burning my material, right? And like I said, I'm very protective of my audience because of it costs money.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It costs money. You had to get the ticket, you had to get a babysitter, there's a 2-drink minimum.
That's interesting.
You had to buy dinner. I'm very protective of my audience. When you come to my show, I don't want to give you amateur hour. I want to be worth every single penny. I want the show to be worth every single penny. From start to beginning, which is why I only fucks with the best. That's what I've always said. Okay. But what Tag Your Bit allowed me to do is I could take a comic that I wouldn't necessarily put on one of my shows. That's maybe not there just yet. I like you, right? You're doing good, but you're not where I need you to be part of my show just yet. But if I put you on stage with me, it's okay because they get you, but they also get me.
Wow.
And if you're bombing, I get to the pressure's on me.
I'm the savior
to save it, right? The pressure's on me to save it. So that was what I liked about Tag Your Bit.
Right. So yeah, man.
And it's a matter of getting off my ass and doing another one. Probably, and Mesquite's the first place that gave it a chance, so it'll probably stay at Mesquite.
That's so cool, man.
So I always say Mesquite gets first dibs at anything I do.
That's awesome.
If they don't want it, they don't have the time, they don't have the space for me or whatever, that I'll consider going elsewhere.
Yeah. If you was to go somewhere else, what would happen to the Corpus comedy scene, or how would that affect the Corpus comedy scene?
What do you mean?
Eyes?
If I were to go somewhere
Yeah,
else?
like say allegedly you would go to San Antonio. What would happen to the Corpus comedy scene?
I would like to assume nothing. I would like to assume nothing. I don't think it would hurt it or help it in any way. I think like I said, I've removed myself enough from the active part of the scene. I tell them, look at me like a cheerleader. I root on. I believe in everything y'all are doing. Cool. I'm so happy to see everything that everybody in the scene is doing. Your successes and your failures, I celebrate them all. And that's to say, because if you're failing, I know you're learning, right? That's what I mean. Like, hey, that didn't work out. Great. Now you know what doesn't work. Yeah. Right. Keep going. Keep going. Right. I came up in a time where there was one path to do comedy in town. And this is not to put anybody down, but that was just the facts. If you wanted to do comedy, you had to work with this one person in this one room and do comedy. And that's not the way it should be, man. It's not the way it should be. It shouldn't matter who's here, who's not here, because while we all root each other on, it's very much a solo sport. Like you at the end of the day, you have to get up out of bed. Yeah. You have to write the jokes. You have to get up on stage and perform them. And if you are looking to outside sources constantly to motivate you to do that, you're setting yourself up for failure. So it shouldn't matter if I'm here or if I'm not here or if I'm somewhere else.
For sure. It reminds me of like because I used to play solo classical guitar in college. It was only me up there. Yeah. Playing, and it was only me in the practice room. I was the one that had to put in the chops.
Yeah.
work on my performance aspect of it and all that other stuff.
Exactly. And it's great. It's great to have comrades.
Yeah.
You know, it's great to have like-minded people and have friends and to vent to and to celebrate things with.
Yeah.
You know, but at the end of the day, it's just
Yeah.
it's just we have on tour, one of my favorite things to say, we and Chingo say it to each other, before we go on stage, is, I'll see you on the other side.
Down here.
Because once I go on stage, we don't see each other till he gets off stage.
Wow.
Right? Because I go up, I come off, the host brings him up. If anything, maybe when I get off stage, we'll give each other a little fist bump, hey, whatever. But we don't really get to talk until after the set, till after the merch giveaways, after the meet and greets, after this and that. Then it's like, hey man, hey, that was a good show, right? Like it's like, yeah, we're on the other side of this shit because once you're up there, you're by yourself.
It's you. Yeah.
It's just you, man.
So a couple more questions. We're almost out of here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What do you wish you knew at year one? It's something you wish you would have known at year one, starting comedy. Javi Luna back year one.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there was only one open mic going at Mesquite Street or whatever
No.
it was.
There wasn't even that.
Whatever.
There was no open mics when I started.
Yeah. What would you what do you wish you knew? Or like place Javi year one now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, honestly, what I wish I knew then, I probably figured out. I would like to think that I figured it out pretty quickly, which probably by year 3 or 4, is comedy will always humble you. It's a very humbling experience to do comedy. Wherever you think you're at, you're probably a step or two back. If you think you're ready to headline, you're probably a solid feature.
Crazy.
If you think and that's okay. That's not a bad thing, right? But that's not a bad thing because it's good to be confident in yourself and your abilities, and it requires a certain amount of delusion to do this. But it can also make you bitter if you're always thinking, man, I'm so much better than the opportunities that I'm getting.
Oh wow.
Right? I'm so much better than the opportunities that I'm getting. Why does everybody have it out for me?
Crazy.
Right? They don't want me to win. They so and so, these people don't want to book me because
right.
this and that and that. And before you know it, you're just this bitter, hateful mess and now you can't even see. You lack complete self-awareness to even do what you need to grow because it doesn't. It's never now. The blame's on everyone outside of you. You're not getting any better because I didn't get that show not because I'm not funny, not because I wasn't the right fit, not because of whatever, but it's because they just don't see how great I am.
Oh, wow.
It's just not a good place to grow from. So like I said, I like to think that I figured it out soon enough that it's like you're not for everybody. And it's okay to not be for that promoter or to not be for that comic or to not be for that room. Yeah. It's okay. Go. If you really think you're that good, go find where you're appreciated. Focus on who does love you, right? I think we fall into, you asked about the hype and whatever. Does Corpus show enough for the local versus the hype or whatever? You can spend a lot of energy going back and forth about that, where you can take that energy and you can focus it on the people that do support you. Why am I worried about the people that didn't buy tickets tonight? Oh, why am I going to be mad at this audience because I only sold half the room? They showed up, they bought the tickets. My energy should be completely focused on them. So
awesome, man. That's awesome. Wow, coming to it. Is there anything that you want to share you haven't shared or?
I think I've overshared at this point, man.
Man,
Thank God for those that chime. Bobby always shows up. That's the real Corpus Christi comedy cheerleader
Bobby
right there,
Pena.
man.
Yeah,
that
Robbie,
that dude never has a bad word to say about anybody.
Yeah,
He's a good guy.
helping running the Corpus Christi Comedy Facebook group.
So
or
fun.
Facebook
So
page.
man, I honestly I love everything that all the comics are doing because I've mentioned him a few times here. David Cifuentes, that's my best friend in comedy, man. He was my biggest cheerleader to start off, and he was Mr. Cheerleader himself.
Yeah.
And every time I see y'all guys starting an open mic, starting a show with not having any clue what y'all are doing, but y'all are just doing it.
Wow.
That's David. So when I see y'all, I know 100% his spirit's alive.
Wow.
You know, David. I was always no. We don't have what we need. We don't have the resources for that. We don't know what we're doing, David. We're gonna look stupid. You know, David was the kind of guy. He got remember the old school flip cameras. He's like, no, let's go shoot a skit with I got this camera from Best Buy. Let's go shoot a script. We don't a skit. We don't have a script, David. No, we'll just shoot it. And it'll be fine. It'll be whatever.
Wow.
And he was like, there's a tsunami. I'm gonna throw a benefit for that.
Damn.
Like with what, David? You don't know how to throw a show, and he would just do it. So you do, like I said, you need a certain amount of delusion.
Where do you think he would be right now if he was here?
Well, one Vatos Locos would still be rocking and rolling, and who knows where we would all be, man. I think. Like I said, he was probably my biggest cheerleader. I think I would probably be a little bit further.
Wow.
Where I'm at. He would be right there by my side. He wasn't the strongest comic. I'll say that.
Wow.
I'll say that. But he was getting better all the time, right? I'll never. I don't pretend that like we used to have that. I was like, you're not the fucking most hilarious fucking person in the world, but man, that dude was enthusiastic. He loved everybody. They loved him, and
you're not gonna take the video down, are you?
What's that?
Did you still have? Is it that video that? Is it the video that you were like replicating like the way he was on stage? That old one. You know what I'm talking about?
Probably.
Yeah, I gotta show.
I've done a couple of different tributes to.
Okay.
I used to do his set. Every year.
Yeah, that's cool.
For a while. That was something me and Jacob would do.
Yeah.
For him, but he'd be out. He'd be out here at every open mic y'all had, just
Awesome.
loving every minute of it. So
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Javi, thanks for coming back on the show, man. Thanks for coming back. Handshake. All right, man. That's been Javi Luna, you guys. Thanks for coming on the show. Third time on the show. Check out the other ones. I forget to look at my camera there.
Yeah, check out the other episodes.
Yeah, check out the other episodes. Javi's got some other stuff that he's doing around town, other shows. 28th, I'm thinking about. The roast battle or something like that. You're gonna.
Oh yeah. Joe, another one of the guys, movers and shakers. Joe Hilliard, the Rock Hard Roast Battle. It's his finale.
Yeah.
I used to have a show there at House of Rock, a monthly show. There was a roast battle also.
Nice.
So I feel like it feels like a coming home type moment. Like
Cool.
I would love to close out the finals for you there and drop a little set. It's gonna be like a short, like 15-minute set.
Nice.
I think it's free. It's a Wednesday night. Come on out. I don't do shows like that very often, so
Cool.
yeah, something
Yeah,
fun.
man, that's gonna be awesome. Also, February 6th, Art Walk, Mesquite Street. Javi Luna's gonna be there. Tina La Cochina, Lito are gonna be there doing their set. Thanks for joining the podcast, you guys. You can follow Javi Luna at Javi Luna Comedy, pretty much everywhere.
Do that. I'm trying to get more followers than my niece. She does makeup tutorials.
Come on.
And she has more followers than me, and it's embarrassing. I skipped Thanksgiving this year just because I didn't want to see her.
No kidding.
You know.
Okay, so we'll got to do the HEB question. Which HEB do you shop at?
I'm hoity-toity, man. I do curbside only, first of all. At Alameda and Roberts. And that's not even the one I live closest to.
Nice.
Actually, HEB Plus is my thing, but I like Alameda and Roberts. I don't know what it is. It's
Maybe
my
you should
favorite
go
one.
to curbside to order a flat screen from the Plus. Go to curbside. For that.
Plus, I've started to go to Plus because I finally told myself, I was like, this is silly. You're driving all the way down Airline to go to, like, you're not even going inside. But I don't know. I like Alameda and Roberts.
Yeah,
That's
cool.
stuff. But I grew up on the Port Airs.
Hey,
The old one, it's like a flea market or
Yeah.
plasma center or
Yeah.
something now, whatever.
On the right side, remember they had that video? They would sell VCRs and stuff like that. You remember
Yeah. They had their own little video store back
Yeah,
there in the
dude,
corner.
That's so crazy, man.
Yeah, dude.
Well, thanks a lot, Javi, for coming
Yeah,
by.
thank you, man.
Shout out to Maya back there, the producer, producing this for us.
Hey,
Sound
thank you,
Studios.
Mr. Producer.
Yes, sir.
hour and a
Downtown
half,
Corpus Christi. Appreciate you guys. Stay tuned for the next one, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.